Boeing tried to reassure investors today that the company is taking the necessary steps to regain trust amid heavy scrutiny of the planemaker. As you know, renewed questions about safety and quality came to a head in January after a door plug blew off a 737 MAX jet mid-flight. That resulted in slowing production and more regulatory oversight, as well as Boeing CEO David Calhoun announcing he'd step down. At the time, Calhoun met privately with lawmakers, but I caught up with one senator leading the congressional investigation into what happened, who told me he's still looking for answers.
We're demanding documents and testimony, and my hope is they will be cooperative. We've been in discussions with them, and part of what they need to do is come clean with the American people, as well as restore the kinds of practices on the manufacturing floor that assure safety and quality.
And it's not just Congress. There are investigations by the FAA, the NTSB, the Department of Justice, and new this month, the Securities and Exchange Commission, which is looking into whether the company misled investors about safety practices. Boeing told shareholders today it's fully committed to action and transparency. Calhoun cited a 500% increase for the company's safety tip line since January alone. Now, there are other investigations into Boeing's safety record as well. The DOJ opened the door to criminal prosecution against the company this week, alleging Boeing violated a settlement by failing to implement promised changes to avoid federal fraud laws after two fatal crashes in 2018 and 2019. In a statement, Boeing disputed that claim, saying it honored the terms of the agreement and looks forward to the opportunity to respond. Joe and Kailey, prosecutors say they will notify the judge by July as to whether or not they'll bring charges.
So, Tyler, as we watch all of those various investigations, what actually happened in this shareholder meeting today?
Right. Well, I mentioned David Calhoun. He was one of the focal points of this meeting. Shareholders voted to re-elect him to the board of directors and also voted to approve a nearly $33 million compensation package for him. That was for 2023. The board made clear that they are making changes to the compensation structure for 2024 as they look for a successor to take Calhoun's place on the board by the end of this year.
Kendall, what are we hearing from the airlines? We've been talking here entirely about the manufacturers, but when we're dealing with the matter of Boeing, Spirit AeroSystems, what are the carriers doing?
Right. Well, interestingly enough, a group of airlines represented by an industry trade group. It includes airlines like United, which is a huge partner with Boeing. They this week actually sued the Biden administration over a new rule that's going to have to disclose to consumers like you and me what's in the fee structure when passengers are buying their tickets. They say that this is actually going to confuse consumers more, since it won't be as it will add this added layer that they might not have been as familiar with before this happened. The administration were waiting to respond to this, but this is a new Department of Transportation rule that's going to go into effect momentarily.